throw in. Thomas Tuchel is very unhappy, should we say, very demonstrative about how his team has started out this game. A little bit sloppy. So it's going to be a West Brom throw. O'Shea to take it. Physical defender.
Would stand behind the goal, but it's great for for the analysis side of things. But
one-on-one situations, but they'll outnumber him, of course. Three central defenders today, and only one nominally up front for West Brom, with Mateus Pereira in a supporting role. This appears to be sort of a 5-3-2 for West Brom today. And they have it again, Chelsea. Jorginho plays it forward to James. Down the line goes to Zima. Gets it on the halfway line, knocks it back to Jorginho. It's very to change with those three central defenders. Goes back to Thiago Silva. Pressure on West Brom will force it back to the goalkeeper. And then he takes it up. We played a risk just beside of Jorginho.
Mari kita lihat bersama, ternyata Chelsea masih 0-0 sama West Brom Albion juga 0-0. AC Milan juga 0-0. Kita lihat sama-sama di sini penguasaan bola Chelsea 67% dan West Brom 33%. Di sini kita lihat pemain siapa saja yang masuk di starting line up. Kita lihat di sini ada Ferland Mendy bukan, Timo Werner, Christian Pulisic, Hakim Ziyech. Ada yang Chelsea sekarang bola masih pegang oleh pemain-pemain Chelsea. Kita lihat sama-sama di sini. Dan sudah 21 menit tapi masih ada 0-0 dan Sampdoria AC Milan sudah kebobolan terlebih dahulu. AC Milan sudah kebobolan gawangnya oleh pemain-pemain Sampdoria. Kita lihat di sini ada penguasaan bola. Total shoot on target dari Chelsea dengan satu shoot on target. Kita lihat sama-sama penguasaan bola di sini 70% dan 30%. Kita lihat masih ada 0-0 di menit ke-21. Apakah Chelsea berhasil untuk menciptakan gol? Bola masih dipegang oleh Jorginho masih di Jorginho dan kita lihat masih di Jorginho dan Thiago Silva. Apakah Thiago Silva langsung aja ke Mendy Asquipilesketa? Jorginho, apakah ini akan gol? Kita lihat saja guys, sama-sama masih di Christian Pulisic, Hakim Ziyech. Kita lihat sama-sama di sini dan ternyata masih dipegang oleh ternyata sudah direbut oleh ini. Kita lihat sama-sama di sini guys, skor masih 2-2. Kita lihat sama-sama di sini guys. Kita lihat shoot on goal, black ball. Kita lihat sama-sama guys. Di sini apakah Chelsea yang akan memenangkan pertandingan pada malam hari ini? Kita lihat sama-sama. Chelsea sekarang di urutan keempat di klasemen Premier League sekarang juga. Kita lihat sama-sama di sini guys. Kita sama-sama melihat dan di sini ternyata sudah menit 61 menit. Tetapi AC Milan belum berhasil untuk mengalahkan Sampdoria karena skor sudah 1-0 untuk Sampdoria guys. Oke. Kita di sini lihat saja. Ternyata Vicky. Dan kita lihat sama-sama di sini bola masih di luar guys. Bola masih dari Zen, masih di West Brom. Sekarang kita lihat Christian Pulisic, apakah ini akan gol? Ternyata dibuang saja oleh Christian Pulisic. Kita sama-sama Hakim Ziyech masih memegang bola, mengecoh-ngecoh pertandingan di kini. Kita akan lihat sama-sama. Cool Mejoma. Ternyata Mateo Kovacic, Hakim Ziyech, mereka bermain-main di tengah lapangan. Kita lihat guys, apakah siapa yang akan menggolin? Kita lihat di sini guys. Kita akan lihat Jorginho masih di Kurjoma. Kita lihat kembali ke Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva akan masih dibawa oleh Thiago Silva dan Mendy udah di Mendy. Kita lihat Cesar Azpilicueta, Thiago Silva. Kita lihat sama-sama masih bermain-main di tengah lapangan. Jangan sia-siakan pertandingan ini karena Chelsea sekarang berada di urutan keberapa ya? Kedua. Kita lihat sama-sama. Kita lihat, ternyata hampir saja mencetak gol dari Jorginho dan tendangan gawang untuk West Brom. West Brom menendang gawang. Ternyata bola keluar dari lapangan dan kita lihat sama-sama masih dipegang. Ternyata Thiago Silva merebut bolanya. Jorginho masih di Jorginho. Kita lihat sama-sama Jorginho mengumpangnya ke Mendy langsung. Kita lihat sama-sama. Masih dipegang oleh pemain-pemain Chelsea. Apakah ini akan membuahkan hasil di menit ke-25? Apakah akan gol? Kita lihat sama-sama guys. Kita lihat sama-sama di sini dan penguasaan bola ternyata jauh beda banget di 73 dibandingkan 27%. Kita lihat di sini. Shoot on target sama-sama dua, guys. Dan kita lihat masih di pemain Chelsea, masih di Thiago Silva, ternyata masih di Thiago Silva, Mateo Kovacic. Kita lihat sama-sama di sini. Hakim Ziyech, Jorginho. Kita lihat Jorginho, Aspilicueta, Thiago Silva. Kita lihat sama-sama di menit ke-26 masih saja skor dengan 0-0, guys. 0-0 menit. Guys. 0-0 menit. Oke, kita lihat free kick dari Chelsea. Apakah ini akan membuahkan hasil? Apakah di menit ke-26 akan terjadi gol pertama untuk Chelsea? Kita lihat sama-sama, masih ditendang oleh pemain Chelsea. Oke, kita lihat sama-sama. Jangan terlalu buru-buru. Kita ingat supaya bisa gol. Oh, ternyata shoot on goal oleh Marco Alonso. Apakah akan gol di sini? Kita lihat sama-sama. Oh, ternyata dibuang. Gol dari Christian Pulisic. Gol dan gol. Gol dari Christian Pulisic menerima umpan dari Marco Alonso. Ternyata gol 1-0 untuk Chelsea, guys. Kita lihat sama, ternyata gol dari Christian Pulisic. Gol yang sangat-sangat indah sekali dari Christian Pulisic. Dan di menit ke-27 skor sudah menunjuk 1-0 untuk Chelsea. Apakah di babak kedua akan menambahkan lagi? Ternyata gol yang sangat-sangat indah sekali dari Chelsea di menit ke-27. Wow, ternyata kita lihat di sini Christian Pulisic baru kali ini turun sebagai starter dan ternyata gol dari Christian Pulisic. Oh, sangat-sangat indah sekali. Dan kita lihat bola masih nomor 10, bukan Eden Hazard. Lihat, ternyata gol dari Christian Pulisic. Gol sangat cantik dan indah sekali dari Christian Pulisic, guys. Apakah di menit sisa-sisa waktu ini, di pertengahan waktu babak pertama ini akan tambah lagi gol untuk Chelsea? Kita lihat sama-sama, guys. Dan ternyata kartu merah dari Thiago Silva. Apakah Chelsea bermain dengan 10 orang? Apakah Chelsea bisa bertahan sampai bisa mempertahankan kedudukan 1-0 atau bisa menambahkan gol lagi? Kita lihat saja, karena Thiago Silva mendapat kartu kuning keduanya. Dan cukup susah sekali untuk Chelsea bisa berbangkit lagi, karena pertahanan Chelsea mungkin akan tergoyang oleh kartu merah Thiago Silva ini. Kita lihat sama-sama, semoga Chelsea bisa menang dan bisa mengejar Manchester City di puncak klasemen. Apakah tinggal lagi di Liga Inggris, tinggal lagi 8 pertandingan, sisa 8 pertandingan. Apakah Chelsea bisa mengejar ketertinggalan poin dari Manchester City yang masih duduk dingin di puncak klasemen? Kita lihat sama-sama. Ternyata dan bilang masih Thiago Silva mendapatkan kartu kuning kedua. Masih terjadi protes dari pemain-pemain Chelsea, belum bisa. Oke, bola langsung Bola dan tendangan gawang dari Chelsea, kita lihat sama-sama guys. Pertandingan sudah dimulai kembali karena tadi kedapatan kartu kuning dari kartu merah dari Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva sudah pindah dari PSG ke Chelsea. Sudah berapa kali main di Chelsea? Kita lihat sudah di menit ke-31 tapi skor masih menunjuk 1-0 untuk keunggulan Chelsea. Apakah Chelsea bisa bertahan sampai akhir 90 menit dengan 10 pemain yang tersisa? Kita lihat sama-sama guys. Kita lihat sama-sama apakah bisa Chelsea mempertahankan keunggulannya 1-0, karena susah sekali untuk bola masih dipegang oleh pemain-pemain West Brom Albion. Apakah ini masih bermain-main di tengah lapangan? Kita lihat sama-sama oleh pemain-pemain West Brom Albion. Di sini oke, sudah menuju ke kotak terlarang. Ternyata bola dimudah saja dipegang oleh Mateo Kovacic. Masih di Mateo Kovacic. Apakah ini akan menghasilkan gol kedua untuk Chelsea? Kita lihat sama-sama guys. Masih di Owen, masih di pemain-pemain. Oh, ternyata saja oleh gelandang Chelsea yaitu Mateo Kovacic. Kita lihat sama-sama. Dan di pertandingan Serie A AC Milan melawan Sampdoria, AC Milan sudah kalah 0-1 dari Sampdoria. Apakah di 90 menit antara AC Milan dengan Sampdoria, apakah AC Milan bisa mengejar ketertinggalan dari Inter Milan yang akan juara di musim ini? Apa AC Milan yang akan juara? Kita tahu saja Serie A mungkin di Milan. Oke, kita lihat sama-sama masih dipegang oleh pemain-pemain West Brom Albion, West Brom dan West Brom Albion masih saja dipegang, dan kita lihat sama-sama masih dipegang. Ternyata serba kiri saja oleh Marcos Alonso, dan Marcos Alonso masih di pemain Chelsea. Marco Alonso, kalian tahu Marco Alonso dari mana? Dia itu asalnya dari Spanyol. Kita lihat sama-sama pemain berdarah Spanyol yang sangat lincah di back kiri masih dipegang oleh Marcos Alonso, melihat teman-temannya untuk bisa berumpan, dan kita lihat sama-sama skor masih 1-0 di menit 33. Ini kita lihat sama-sama apakah di babak kedua nanti Chelsea akan menambah skor atau ulang gol untuk menyamakan keimbangan oleh West Brom Albion. Kalau Chelsea bermain dengan 10 pemain di sini, kita lihat sama-sama di sini bola ternyata tendangan dari Kurjoma ternyata menyelamatkan back, mempertahankan back dari keturunan. Kita lihat kecolongan di sini masih dipegang oleh pemain-pemain West Brom. Apakah West Brom bisa mencuri keunggulan dengan 10 pemain Chelsea yang masih bertahan di pemain, dan masih di sini kita lihat sama Mateo dipegang langsung aja, kita lihat sama-sama. Ini serangan berbahaya dari Chelsea telah bola masih diserang oleh Tekon dari West Brom. Apakah ini akan terjadi gol? Ternyata masih saja dihalau oleh pemain-pemain Chelsea. Kita lihat sama-sama di menit ke-35 ini. Ternyata sangat seru sekali permainan antara Chelsea dan West Brom Albion sini. Dan ball position ada Chelsea dengan 72% dibanding 28% dari West Brom, Albion dan shoot on target dari Chelsea 4 dan West Brom 3. Dan kita lihat sama-sama kotak di sini. Dan apakah Chelsea bisa bertahan lebih lama lagi, kita lihat sama-sama, dan ternyata masih oleh pemain West Brom. AC Milan sudah 75 menit tapi AC Milan belum menyamakan kedudukan. AC Milan masih nonton di sini, tolong tekan tombol subscribe, like supaya saya semangat mengapresiasikan kalian. Subscribe now. Sudah hampir babak kedua tapi masih keunggulan Chelsea. Gol yang tadi dicetak oleh Christian Pulisic lewat umpan dari Marcos Alonso, disundul dari Marcos. Bagi yang mau nanya dari Indonesia, tolong komen di bawah. Kita sama-sama memecahkan bola masih di West Brom. Masih di pemain West Brom bermain-main di tengah lapangan. Apakah ini akan terjadi gol untuk penyamakan kedua? Masih di pemain West Brom. Kita lihat sama-sama, masih di pemain West Brom. Kamu jangan. Kita lihat masih di pemain West Brom. Apakah ini akan terjadi gol untuk? Dan kita lihat saja sama. Bola sangat berbahaya sekali. Serangan dari sisi kanan lapangan. Ternyata kita lihat di sini sudah menit ke-40 tapi belum terjadi gol sama sekali dari Chelsea. Pemain Chelsea masih bertahan dengan 10 pemainnya. Kita lihat sama-sama di sini. Subscribe, subscribe. Masih di Timo Werner. Ternyata dibuang saja peluang dari Timo Werner. Masih di sini bypass oleh West Brom. Masih ternyata bola out. Dan pemain West Brom serang dari sisi kiri. Apakah ini akan terjadi gol? Dan kita lihat saja. Ternyata bisa dihalang oleh Erlang Mendy. Dan kita lihat masih di pemain Chelsea semua. Serangan dari sisi kiri Christian Pulisic, bola masih di Christian Pulisic, Mate Kovacic membawa bola, melihat teman-temannya untuk berumpan, dan kita lihat sama-sama di sini. Oh, ternyata Jorginho masih bisa dipegang oleh bola, masih dipegang oleh Jorginho di sisi tengah lapangan dan di over ke Timo Werner. Apakah ini akan gol? Kita lihat bola masih saja dihalau oleh back dari West Brom Albion. Kita lihat di sini masih di pemain West Brom Albion. Dan sudah di menit ke-42 tapi belum terjadi gol. Kita lihat di sini masih di pemain West Brom Albion. Bagi yang baru join di video ini, jangan lupa subscribe dan like. Masih di pemain West Brom Albion. Dan kita lihat sudah tinggal 3 menit lagi waktu normal akan habis. Dan penguasaan bola dari Chelsea 31 dari West Brom Albion. Masih di kita lihat serangan yang sangat masih membuka peluang untuk bisa merobos ke pertahanan Chelsea yang sudah tinggal pemain. Kita lihat sama-sama guys, kita lihat. Tinggal 1 menit lagi waktu normal akan habis. Skor masih 1-0 untuk keunggulan Chelsea. AC Milan melawan Sampdoria di menit ke-84. Sampdoria masih unggul dengan skor 1-0. Apakah Oke, waktu sudah menunjukkan 45 menit. Apakah Chelsea akan menambahkan gol atau West Brom Albion yang akan menambah gol? Kita lihat sama-sama. Masih kayak apakah ini akan membuahkan hasil dari Chelsea? Kita lihat sama-sama. Di sini ternyata bola masih dipegang oleh pemain-pemain Chelsea, dan kita lihat sama-sama berbahaya sekali serangan dari West Brom Albion. Oh, ternyata bola gol dari West Brom Albion. Kita lihat di sini dan kedudukan 1-1 untuk kedudukan. Oh, ternyata sial sekali gol dari West Brom Albion di injury time babak pertama, guys. Ternyata sayang sekali di menit injury time babak pertama ini West Brom bisa mencuri angka dari Chelsea yang bermain dengan 10 orang karena dapat kartu kuning kedua dari Thiago Silva. Dan sekarang kita lihat di menit ke, dan apakah ini akan sudah selesai? Kita lihat sama gol dari West Brom Albion bisa mencuri angka di injury time babak pertama. Ternyata sayang sekali Chelsea tidak bisa mempertahankan keunggulan 1-0 di babak pertama. Skor di babak pertama harus imbang 1-1. Kita lihat di babak kedua. Babak kedua yang akan datang kita akan lihat sama-sama apakah Chelsea bisa menambah gol atau West Brom yang bisa menambah gol dengan mengunggul. Sayang sekali bermain dengan 10 orang. Bola masih di West Brom. Oh, ternyata serangan berbahaya dari West Brom. Apakah ini akan gol kedua untuk West Brom? Oh, ternyata bola keluar lapangan dan dibuang oleh pemain-pemain Chelsea. Sudah di menit keunggulan West Brom di babak pertama. Kita lihat di ternyata babak pertama ditutup dengan tunggu Albion dengan skor 1-2. Sungguh sayang sekali dan AC Milan juga sudah bermain imbang.
put that on further better than West Brom in my opinion. Yeah, I think I was saying in it.
Was finished off from close runs by Christian Pulisic. Then they lost Thiago Silva moments later. That was the turning point as West Brom staged a remarkable stoppage time comeback. 2 goals scored by Matthias Pereira. The first one after a long ball forward from Sam Johnson. He led the keeper Mendy from the edge of the box. box. In the second one, they were walking through the Chelsea defence, who absolutely stood like statues. Pereira just sent it home from close range at the near post. Great first half. It's Chelsea 1, West Brom 2. It's half-time at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 1, West Brom 2. The Blues down to 10 men, but going a goal up when Marcus Alonso's free kick came back off the woodwork and finished off from close range by Christian Pulisic. Then they lost Thiago Silva moments later. That was the turning point as West Brom staged a remarkable stoppage time comeback. 2 goals scored by Matthias Pereira. The first one after a lob ball forward from Sam Johnson. He lobbed the keeper Mendy from the edge of the box. And the second one, they were walking through the Chelsea defence, who absolutely stood like statues. Pereira just sent it home from close range at the near post. Great first half. It's Chelsea 1, West Brom 2. It's half-time at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 1, West Brom 2. The Blues down to 10 men, but going a goal up when Marcus Alonso's free kick came back off the woodwork and was finished off from close range by Christian Pulisic. Then they lost Thiago Silva moments later. That was the turning point as West Brom staged a remarkable stoppage time comeback. 2 goals scored by Matthias Pereira. The first one after a long ball forward into the box, and the second one, they were walking through the Chelsea defence, who Pereira just sent it home from close range at the near post. Great first half. It's Chelsea 1, West Brom 2. It's half-time at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 1, West Brom 2. The Blues down to 10 men, but going a goal up. Marcus Alonso's free kick came back off the woodwork and was finished off from close range by Christian Pulisic. Then they lost Thiago Silva moments later. That was the turning point as West Brom staged a remarkable stoppage time by Matthias Pereira. The first one.
Mau hemat, GoFood aja, pas promo tiap hari.
Alguma mana sisi 4 forte lírica antigo. No rega rega viro vou palavras que sou boludo. Hama glock e patina. Tragoto olha ponta lista contra a especialista. Toji Marcusi hone caret kamikaze gas me forte vitamina olha força nutrici. Ulum bota tira coco head 4. Amuku ramanduku usa teto um fraco. Você tem focus on a red game. Quando rola atenção, ataca queiras. Filho da puta, ou sorrana bemanas. Acompanha o beer, não é problema resolvidas. Foi a manhunha, naram vendetta. Fecha a boca, não la liga pimenta. Free boys, tu las tama representa. Usi rap antiguidade. La hatena mais visita, onde meta G. Hanessa Dio Double G. The niggas from Dili, I'm back. Nessa PC distract. Ok, check, mane respect. Polinga, valha musan quando Rusi corrata. Motherfucker. Alias botak panlero, uluk nyamak mohais, ulum bot, oklu muting halon matang halai, vila fali bat tempo nebema kulu kata komak mane bikan lemorai, otengki hanai, usu banai, hodi fotulum ba itania uam buka el bamai, animal de cuatro, hotetun cedet, rep fang ang, mosnya karak halo ang, au mane nene an rai ang, lasane sang oke tomak buka osam fo ha. Fuck the pansu, fuck the bota kidlu, otuba meting kalai, I'm real G, amutu ko freeway, suslasang ola bok, wahiro tetun se fuck, anima real hip hop, no respect, ba asusira inimigo Z brotherhood, digo, introverto, en laquero, filho de patriota, ne amigo. Okay, alright, let's go. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha.
La
let's get this shit started, my nigga. Now as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at these pussies and realize they ain't much. Rap la tenemos a cargo brigaan. Rap la tienen usar la prendetan. Y mi rap la usado ema nunca volutan. Coitado, nema que me sempre fotian. I'm sorry, I had to do you like this. High se la Palermo sacar a crap like this. Big boss, on my gloss. Fuck these niggas and fuck these hoes. You fuck niggas, you sound gay ass bro. You boys, the gay boys, now you know. Gay boys, Kolia, Tatoli, Ulumba, Aldea, La Fila, Rap Gang, Otto Kusira, Fina, Interluz de Tonya Ang, ne precisa da la hira. How ni naran quattro, aresa neti che la scanda. What's up, guns? Oh shit, the 2020, brother. Alguma mana sushi 4 forte lírica antigo. Rega, viru, vou palavras que são rama, coloque patina. Para o coto madeira, lima se la coto, olha a ponta. Lista toji, Marcusi, Rony, careta, kamikaze, gás bem forte, vitamina, olha. Ulum bota tira coco rap 4. Amukura manduku, usa teto um fraco. Você quer focus na rap game, mas Rony rima sagrada. Quando rola atenção, ataca queda. Filho da puta, ou sorrana bemanas. Acompanha o beer, não é problema resolvida. Só llama Rony naran vendetta. Vê boca no la liga pimenta. Free boys, tu las tama representa. Usi rap antiguidade. La hatena my visita, how you private IG. Hanes and Dino double G. The niggas from Dili, I'm back. Nesso PC distract. Okay, tech, man against the dispatch. Point the finger. Vale a musan quando Rusi corrata. Motherfucker.
Giro alias botak panlero. Kuluk nyamak mohais. Ulung bot, oklu muting halon man halai. Fila fali batempu nebemak kuluk kata komak mane bikan lemorai. Otenti hai. Usu banai. Odi fotulum ba itania uam buka el bamai. Animal de 4. Tama hotetun cedet. Rep fang. Bosnya.
Christensen came on. Chelsea was aimlessly sent forward in the direction ready for it. Goes through to Johnson. Gets an assist, of course. West Brom equaliser. West Brom goal. Yet the Premier League assist. Offside flag goes up against the
Let's go.
Rob down on the right. Chelsea now. Headed down now by Bartley. Forward it goes from James. Ball down linked by Maitland-Niles. Then Townsend knocks the ball against the body of Maitland-Niles. It comes back to Mount. Mount's pass, first series pass was astray. It's cleared by West Brom, and it might fall here to Baidiang running the left-hand channel. It's up against Azpilicueta, backing away. Baidiang knocks it back here for Townsend. He thinks about the cross and plays it short into Pereira's feet. Around the corner, but nobody there in green and yellow, so Chelsea can bring it away. Good snapping back into the challenge from Yukoslu stopped any Kovacic progress. Still with Chelsea. Kovacic looking for the run of Werner in the channel, but stopping his run there was Jai. It's cleared by John. Good kick up to the halfway line. Headed away by Christensen. Drops to Phillips. Get it under control. Hit the crossbar, didn't he? Just between the two West Brom goals. Now it's Chelsea again. Jorginho, Kovacic trying to form a platform in midfield, really. For Mount, who's alongside them now in the middle of the park. He's on the ball, the England international. Finding Azpilicueta. He goes back to Christensen. Zuma's pushed out further across the left-hand side of that back three. Mount works it wide to James. Back again to Azpilicueta. Up towards the feet of and cleared away by the West Brom defence. And then just pumped forward, one that should be easy for Zuma to deal with. He kicks it in the air again to clear his lines. There's a bit of scrapping in midfield. Yukoslu fighting off Mount. But the ball, Yukoslu's running back really well and turns away from Mount and knocks it to the left here for Townsend, who's going to try and drop a shoulder, keep on going. In fact, it's really good play here from Pereira, who plays it inside. Back to Yukoslu. And then to Furlong on the right. Good build-up play here from West Brom. Furlong still going. He gets blocked off as he tries to get to the byline. Legally, according to the linesman. And it's going to be a goal kick to Chelsea. It was Alonso whose body just shut the door there on Furlong. So Chelsea down to 10 men since the red card of Thiago Silva, fallen behind in this one. Can they get back on terms? Long ball forward won't help them out there, although it's a mistake. Jay gives it back to Vern, who's got support on the left from Alonso. But the pace of the Chelsea build-up is pretty slow at the moment. Back into midfield it goes for Mount. Jorginho it was, in fact. Mount is in the penalty area now, hoping for a cross. Instead, it's a short ball to him from the edge of the box. He plays it wide to James, and then back now to Azpilicueta. Kovacic is dispossessed there, though. And West Brom can knock it away here with Maitland-Niles. Good ball to Phillips. Turns. Finds the overlapping Furlong. There's some pace into this West Brom attack. It's Dieng the furthest forward, and that's where it's aimed towards him, but taking a good angle there was Christensen. Showed a bit too much of it, though, to him by Dieng, and the pressure from him has forced an error, and now a West Brom throw. Sam Allardyce made a couple of key acquisitions in the January transfer window. It looked at one stage that it was all to be for nothing as West Brom trailed a long way behind the safety line in the battle for survival. But if they win today, it would be an unexpected win. They'd be within 7 points of Newcastle with 8 games to go. Of course, Newcastle will still have a game in hand on them. Long throw-in taken by Furlong, aimed towards the near post, flicked up in the air by Dieng. Its second ball isn't cleared by Chelsea. Dieng trying to make something of it now. Goes down. In fact, he's fouled Chelsea's Alonso. It's a free kick to the Blues. So play back to Mendy. Well, if Chelsea were to win this today, they need to score 2 goals to get that victory from here with 10 men. So it's a tough ask. If Chelsea weren't to win today, it would leave them vulnerable in 4th to a couple of teams playing this weekend that might catch them, if not overtake them actually in the race for the Champions League positions. Cross comes in from Mount towards the back post. It's overcooked though, and Alonso couldn't reach it. He keeps it in and knocks it back to Zuma. Kovacic, nice turn from him. Get away from Maitland-Niles. Ball is intercepted though by Pereira, and now there could be a counter-attack on here for West Brom. Robinson is ahead of him. That's where he goes, out to the right-hand side. Dieng joins the attack as well. Robinson skips inside on his left foot. Is he going to pull the trigger? Yes, he is. He hits the body of Zuma though, and falls to Chelsea's feet. But there was danger there again on the counter-attack. Robinson's pace certainly offered them that opportunity to do that to the Chelsea back line. Well won back by Ajayi to stop Chelsea's latest attack from Werner, who's been very disappointing today. West Brom come again. Townsend finding Yukoslu. Over to the right we come now with Furlong. He goes back to Ajayi, the Nigerian. Lots of Rotherham. Bartley. A couple of loan spells. One at Leeds, one at Swansea. Back he goes now to Townsend. Once more to Bartley. Looks like he's going to fall on Townsend prior to that. Townsend went over James's challenge, so free kick goes West Brom's way. Chelsea can afford to lose their heads here in this game. Let the discipline up into their game. Obviously, one red card already. Great. Thiago Silva will miss their next Premier League match as a result of that red card. Not for violent conduct, in fact, just a red card, just 1 game ban, automatic suspension. The Brazilian was only just back from injury. He's playing today, but Chelsea's defence has looked suspect since he came on. Townsend His attempted ball down the line blocked off by James for another throw-in, which Townsend will take. Finds Yukoslu. Given away by the Turk, though. It's out for a Chelsea throw now. Scrappy, quite a slow start to the second half in this game. Tuchel would have been hoping his team would come out with Mount, giving them a bit of a boost, a bit more charged up and a bit more positive than this, but it hasn't quite happened for them so far in the second half. They are, of course, up against one man extra, which we always have to mention. But West Brom are going to stop Chelsea coming forward now. And James plays it up towards Mount. Mount on the half turn, knocks it back into midfield for Aspilicueta. And then here's Kovacic looking for the ball in behind the defence, and he might find Alonso, who's broken down the left-hand side. Alonso's cutback comes off the body of the defender, comes back to the Spaniard. There's no pass forward for him. He goes back to Kovacic. Kovacic's high cross to the back post, might fall to James. His volley up in the air, and it's punched away by Johnston. It's almost put in the back of there. It's off the woodwork. Well, Johnston's mistake almost punished by Marcus Alonso, who shot came back off the woodwork. Alonso. Have just set one or two in that West Brom defence on edge here. Mount and James stand over it for Chelsea. A free kick, which is only 2 or 3 yards outside the penalty area, but
Free kick dari Chelsea, kita akan lihat melahirkan gol kedua untuk Chelsea dan menyamakan kedudukan kita. Lihat sama-sama, guys. Ternyata shoot on goal dari Massimo dan bola terlintas saja dari kakinya Massimo.
free kick. Early stage. Half an bridge, 10-man Chelsea 1, West Brom 2, but it was all a call up Sam Johnston trying to work his feet, trying to deal with the high ball.
Dengan 10 pemain Chelsea akan bisa merebut keunggulan untuk kedua kalinya. Kita lihat sama-sama, bola masih di luar lapangan dan dibuang oleh pemain-pemain West Brom dan masih di pemain West Brom. Kita lihat masih di pemain di tengah lapangan. Kita lihat sama-sama di tengah lapangan, apakah akan gol lagi. Oh, ternyata ada blok dari Marco Alonso, pemain dari Chelsea yang keturunan Spanyol, dan lemparan ke dalam untuk pemain West Brom. Kita lihat pemain West Brom masih, oh ternyata bisa saja direbut oleh Jorginho. Ternyata masih pemain, dan kita lihat masih kita lihat sama-sama apakah menit ke-56 ini Chelsea akan merebut kembali gol lagi untuk menyamakan kedudukan. Kita lihat sama-sama. Bagi yang baru di video ini, jangan lupa subscribe dan like. Kita lihat masih, oh ternyata bola keluar saja oleh West Brom Albion. Kita lihat di sini pemain dari tim Werner ternyata tidak membuat satu pun tembakan ke gawang lawan. Ternyata sayang sekali pemain
Half
dari
then.
masih Andres Christensen, masih Aspiculeta, masih James. Kita lihat masih di pemain Chelsea. Apakah Chelsea akan pemain dari pelatih Thomas Tuchel akan mengganti pemain? Kenapa mereka tidak memasukkan Tammy Abraham di sini? Kita kurang tahu karena itu rencana pelatih.
Mateo Kovacic.
Masih di Mateo Kovacic, masih di ternyata sangat berbahaya, peluang berbahaya dari Chelsea dan bisa direbut oleh pemain dari West Brom Albion. Masih di West Brom Albion, kita lihat sama-sama, masih di pemain West Brom Albion. West Brom. Ternyata hampir sekali untuk menciptakan gol kedua untuk Chelsea. Sangat sekali dan sekarang tendangan gawang untuk West Brom. Bola diambil oleh kiper dan tendang ke dalam gawang. Kita lihat apakah ini akan di menit ke-58. Ternyata belum sekali menghasilkan gol kedua untuk Chelsea dan gol ketiga untuk West Brom. Apakah kalian prediksi di bawah komen aja. Masih di tengah masih di pemain Chelsea, masih mendominasi pertandingan di pemain Chelsea, masih Mikeras Kupeleta. Timo Werner tidak berbuat apa-apa di sini. Timo Werner seperti tendang angin saja. Kita lihat Timo Werner, apakah Timo Werner bisa membuat keajaiban untuk Chelsea untuk menyamakan kedudukan pada pertandingan malam hari ini akan berakhir imbang atau untuk kemenangan West Brom. Kita lihat sama-sama dan masih kita lihat di sini sudah di menit ke-59 tapi belum tidak ada lagi gol untuk dan kita lihat masih untuk pemain-pemain Chelsea masih menguasai bola di tengah lapangan, shoot ke dalam dan Timo Werner, apakah ini bisa gol dari Timo Werner? Ternyata bisa dihalang oleh pemain West Brom Albion dan masih dipegang oleh pemain-pemain West Brom Albion. Kita lihat sama-sama, dan masih menyerang sisi kiri kanan. Kita lihat sama-sama dan tutup daya. Apakah yang akan terjadi pada pertandingan malam hari ini di menit ke-59 masih sudah menit ke-60 masih diciptakan pemain-pemain Chelsea dengan ternyata Chelsea mendominasi pertandingan dan 60% dibanding 36% dari West Brom Albion. Kita lihat saja apakah ada pergantian pemain pada malam di babak kedua ini, apakah akan ada keajaiban untuk Chelsea bisa merubahkan keadaan. Kita lihat masih di Chelsea, Timo Werner keeper menendang ke dalam, apakah akan menangkan? Ternyata sayang sekali pemain Chelsea masih bermain-main di tengah lapangan. Kenapa tidak masuk dan ternyata direbut saja oleh pemain West Brom Albion. Kita lihat saja masih take on dari pemain West Brom Albion. Apakah ini akan menghasilkan gol ketiga dari West Brom Albion dan Chelsea akan gigit jari? Kita lihat sama klasemen Chelsea untuk sementara itu ada di peringkat berapa guys, kita lihat dulu. Dan sekarang masih untuk masih di pemain Felang Mendy, apakah ini akan gol dari Pascal Zoma? Masih dipegang oleh pemain Chelsea. Serangan dari sisi kiri. Ternyata masih dibuang aja dari Chelsea dan Mateo Kovacic. Apakah akan menjadi gol kedua? Ternyata West Brom Albion lemparan ke dalam untuk West Brom Albion. Bola disia-siakan saja oleh pemain Chelsea.
Pereira went for power on last opportunity we've seen him.
Kita lihat sama-sama di sini pemain Chelsea masih bisa dipegang oleh pemain Chelsea. Ternyata West Brom Albion ternyata akan gol lagi.
The baggies again, Pereira.
Ternyata gol lagi dan Chelsea tidak bisa gol lagi oleh pemain West Brom karena Chelsea bermain dengan 10 orang, makanya ternyata sayang sekali sudah 3-1 oleh West Brom Albion, gol Robinson. Ternyata sayang sekali gol di menit 62. Sayang sekali Chelsea tidak bisa. Kasihan sekali untuk pemain-pemain Chelsea. Gol ketiga untuk West Brom Albion. Sayang sekali. Ternyata kasihan. Gol dari Robinson membuat West Brom sekarang unggul dengan 3-1. Kita lihat sama-sama, ternyata sudah gol untuk West Brom Albion di 3-0. Kita lihat sama-sama, nonton aja sampai habis. Sayang sekali, sudah menit 63. Apakah Chelsea bisa mengejar keunggulan 3-3 atau West Brom yang akan menambahkan gol lagi, karena Chelsea bermain dengan 10 orang. Thiago Silva mendapatkan kartu merah, kartu kuning kedua, dan mendapatkan kartu merah dari wasit. Kita lihat serangan dari Mateo Kovacic, apakah ini akan gol? Kita lihat sama-sama di sini, apakah akan gol lagi oleh Ternyata bola buang untuk Chelsea. Apakah ini akan menjadi peluang bagus untuk Chelsea? Masih di kelihatan Timo Werner ternyata diblok oleh pemain West Brom Albion. Sayang sekali. Sangat sayang sekali. Buang ke dalam untuk masih di pemain Chelsea. Sangat berbahaya di bermain-main di area pertahanan. West Brom sangat berbahaya sekali. Jorginho, apakah ini akan gol dari
Still going to be a yellow foul on Connor Townsend. I don't think there was much contact, to be honest, but the intent was there. Well, perhaps he did catch him slightly.
Tinggal 25 menit lagi, waktu normal akan habis. Apakah Chelsea akan pulang dengan tangan kosong? West Brom akan menambah 3 poin untuk mengancam dari papan bawah klasemen ke atas. Ternyata Kovacic mendapatkan kartu kuning keduanya.
Kovacic delaying his forward ball, but now tries to knock it out towards Mount, intercepted by Townsend into a challenge that's pretty
yellow card.
The Chelsea man, and it's going to be a West Brom throw.
Lihat sama-sama, sangat seru sekali permainan pada malam hari ini. Chelsea tadi terlebih dahulu lewat golnya Christian Pulisic, dan di injury time babak pertama West Brom Albion bisa berhasil mencetak 2 gol melalui pemain-pemain West Brom Albion sendiri. Di sisa-sisa pertandingan babak pertama, West Brom Albion bisa memberikan keadaan menjadikan hasil, dan kita lihat sama masih di pemain West Brom Albion. Kita lihat sama-sama, ternyata main sekali. Sayang sekali, Chelsea tidak bisa mencetak gol tambahan untuk memperkecil ketertinggalan menjadi 2-3.
Is in the back of the net. It's a lovely counter-attack goal, a superb counter-attack goal. It's by Diang, who's made it Chelsea 1, West Brom 4. And again, the shocking defending from Chelsea is penalised there. They were just torn apart by West Brom. This is some attacking performance from the Baggies, and it's a by Diang who gets the 4th goal. Chelsea 1, West Brom 4.
Ternyata gol lagi dari West Brom Albion. Digne dan skor menjadi, karena Chelsea bermain dengan 10 orang, makanya terjadi sekali untuk Thomas Tuchel. Kenapa tidak ganti pemain aja? untuk bisa bertahan, jangan sampai untuk bisa menambah lagi keunggulan menjadi 8-2 atau 3-2. Jangan sampai. Sayang sekali di menit ke-67 gol 4-1 untuk West Brom Albion. Sayang sekali.
Great finish from him.
Sayang
Beating Mendy from the edge of the box.
sekali.
Bagi
yang masih nonton, tekan tombol subscribe dan like.
The 10-man Blues have been absolutely ripped apart for this counter-attack fourth goal by West Bromwich Albion, which started inside their own penalty area, defending a corner. A couple of passes out, Robinson to Pereira, back to Robinson, forward it went, in behind the Chelsea defence. Mason Mount couldn't stop Connor Townsend, who cut it back with a bit of help from Pereira to Diang. First time left foot finish in Basta. 10 points of Newcastle in the final safety position at the end of tonight. It's Chelsea 1, West Brom 4. Mason Mount just seen an effort saved. Unbelievable this from West Brom. Sam Allardyce in dreamland, and there could be another counter-attack for them to exploit again, but Chelsea get back and defend this one, play it in themselves.
Ternyata gol dari Chelsea di menit ke-71 dari Mason. Apakah Chelsea akan gol dari sekali? Apakah Chelsea bisa mengejar ketinggalan di sisa waktu 20 menit lagi? Gol Mason Mount.
It's Chelsea 2, West Brom 4.
Skor sekarang menjadi 4-2 untuk Chelsea. Chelsea 2 dan 4 untuk West Brom Albion. Apakah di sisa-sisa waktu 20 menit terakhir waktu normal Chelsea akan menambah lagi keunggulan atau malah kebobolan lagi gol dari West Brom Albion? Kita lihat sama-sama di sisa waktu. Apakah kita tim Timo Werner mainnya jelek sekali. Sayang sekali dari Timo Werner, mainnya sangat-sangat buruk. Bagi yang baru join di video ini, jangan lupa subscribe. Kasihan sekali Timo Werner tidak bisa mendapat bola dari rekan-rekannya, dan bola masih dipegang oleh Jorginho ternyata masih dipegang oleh West Brom Albion. Dan kita lihat sama-sama siapa yang akan menang pada pertandingan malam hari ini. Sudah menjamu ke menit ke-71. Ternyata Jorginho keluar dan diganti oleh Kai Havertz. Apakah Kai Havertz bisa mencetak gol pada malam hari ini untuk bisa memperkecil ketertinggalan dari West Brom Albion menjadi 3-2? Mari kita saksikan sama-sama, guys. Sayang sekali. Dan bola masih dipegang oleh Marcos Alonso, yang tadi di babak pertama memberikan assist untuk Christian Pulisic untuk mencetak gol pertama.
Nothing wrong with that goal at all, as Chelsea get...
Sangat sayang sekali.
visitors, which Townsend will take down the left-hand side. He's going to lob it in towards Maitland-Niles. The on-loan Arsenal man loses it out to Kovacic. Wins it back. Maitland-Niles goes for the shot. Tries to dip it over the goalkeeper from 25 yards out, and it clears the crossbar easily. Goal kick's already been taken by Kovacic, forward to Werner inside the centre circle. Comes off Maitland-Niles and works it wide to the right for James. And a quiet second half. James's poor pass inside is defended by West Brom, but then a mistimed clearance comes off Townsend and goes behind for a Chelsea corner. Slack defending from West Brom there. Bartley and Townsend got themselves in a bit of a pickle, unnecessarily. So it's going to be a corner from James on the right-hand side. Alonso's in there, as is Christensen. This one is, a chance at the far post for Zuma. He was stretching for it, and he's put it over. What a chance from 6 yards out for Kurt Zuma. If he finishes that, then the cat is definitely among the pigeons at Stamford Bridge, but he can't. He was free as well. Oh, it's a simple chance from 6 yards out, and he's blazed it over Kurt Zuma. Good corner. West Brom couldn't deal with the near post flick on from Mason Mount, but neither could Zuma. Reaction from Thomas Tuchel, which the camera's caught, says it all. He was very disappointed that didn't find the back of the net. Goal kick taken by Johnston. They simply won't get many better chances than that, Chelsea, to try and get back into this game. Townsend's ball forward straight to James. Down the line it goes towards Havertz. His pass almost intercepted, but does work its way through to Kovacic. Over on the left now with Alonso into Werner's feet, 25 yards out, right-footed. No, plays it to Azpilicueta, moving up. Azpilicueta tries to feed it through a gap. Here's a chance for James to cut it back, and a good block at the near post from Bartley. Eventually cleared away by the Baggies defence. Dieng can't flick it on. Comes back to Chelsea again, edge of the box. Chelsea with Havertz. Havertz can't get a yard of space. Dieng does eventually clear it out for a throw-in, but suddenly West Brom's defending has gone to pot. I think Chelsea's commitment, just throwing bodies forward, has sent them a little bit of a curveball. Alonso now has it. Midfield, back to Kovacic. Zuma's pushed up high on the left. Given away, though, by Kovacic. Wins it back, though, and finds Alonso, almost finding Werner on the edge of the box. He goes down looking for a free kick. The referee says nothing doing. Johnston can finally pick the ball. Another minute goes off the clock. Chelsea are playing some risky football, but it's also causing West Brom some big problems at the back. And maybe Sam Allardyce needs to think about making a substitution and changing his formation back now to what they were at the start of the game with three at the back. Maybe bring Peltier on, which I think was in his thoughts before Callum Robinson came on. What a gamble that was to bring on Robinson now, because he scored the all-important third goal. And then Dieng got the fourth with Robinson involved in the move. West Brom will win it back again. The counter-attack on Chelsea. Pereira, wide it goes to Phillips. Phillips, little lollipop onto his right side, tries to get a cross in. It's blocked behind for a corner by Zuma, who didn't buy the dummies that he was trying to sell him. Great play from West Brom once more. Corner over on the Baggies' right. It's going to be sent in left-footed by Pereira. Plenty of green and yellow shirts to aim for. They're not pulling players back out from the corner situation. One of those players, but Mendy was in no man's land. Got away with it. It's going to be a goal kick. Came off Ukojlu last, I think. Ukojlu challenging Mendy, got the header in, and they went over the bar. Now here come Chelsea again down the left with Werner. Werner, can he get the shot away? Right-footed, goes for goal, it's blocked by Phillips. Comes back to the halfway line. Zuma almost loses it, but nobody to profit in West Brom. Just over 10 minutes to go at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 2, West Brom 4. But they were 4-1 down, the 10 men of Chelsea. They've been down to 10 men since about half an hour in. Here's Kovacic trying to throw it through to Timo, keepers off his line quickly, and just does enough to push it away with help from Furlong, who clears it into the stands. But Werner's pace got him in there. But he didn't quite know what to do when he was played in. Perhaps a touch was needed to take it round Johnston, but instead he tried to let it go. Shot does come in now, which Johnston can control. He's looked a bit shaky in the last few minutes, Sam Johnston, but he does control his mount shot with his feet. Dives on it. 10 minutes. Forward, it's going to come down with on it. Flipping on towards Pereira, Christensen gets there, knocks it back, almost puts Christensen in trouble. Christensen trying to deal with the situation, goes. Throws it in, looking for. Quickly back into shut the door there was playing it up towards Robinson, who's gone down looking for a free kick, and it might get one here actually. Callum Robinson from James, stuck out a leg. One of those where the attacking player screams as he goes down to attract the official's attention, but it is a free kick. Chelsea don't win this game. There's going to be a bit of a boost for, let's say, one or two teams just below them, the battle for the top four. And again, West Brom trying to take it right to the corner flag. West Ham could potentially go above Chelsea if they win their game this weekend. Tottenham as well could go level on points. We're seeing they have a better goal difference already. Liverpool will come back into the top four. It's easy for Sam Johnson to deal with. He lets this one run and run before he eventually controls it with his feet and then takes it to the corner of the penalty area away from Timo Werner before picking up. Chelsea look like they are running a little bit out of ideas, and certainly the legs have gone for one or two of these players. They're not able to make those high intensity runs with as much regularity as they were obviously a few minutes ago. And this one's come off the chest of Bai Diang for a Chelsea throw. Aspilicueta lobs it down the line for Timo Werner, but Barkley with goal side has an option to play it back to the keeper. He's turned away though and plays it off Havertz for a West Brom throw. Well, I've seen West Brom turn some cracking performances this season. The win at Wolves, the home draw with Manchester United spring to mind. There's two of them, of course. They got a point at the Etihad Stadium against Manchester City as well. Although that was very much backs to the wall. They played better in other games, and this probably might just top the lot, to be honest. To score 4 goals away from home against the Champions League chasing team might just be the best they've produced either under Bilic or Allardyce, as high feet from Mount gives West Brom a free kick inside their own half. They've also turned into very much Jekyll and Hyde performance as well, where you think, well, they've had something to build on the previous week and it's just not turned up. Well beaten by Burnley, I remember, although there were 1 or 2 controversial moments in that game, but obviously Sami Ajayi was sent off for handball in that game. Burnley were always the better team, really. One ball forward from he's got a goal, having come on as a half-time sub. Probably hasn't really been able to get himself with the fact that Chelsea have been a man down ever since he came on. So 5 minutes to go, bridge time. Everton, another team who could really move into top 4 contention again if they were to win their games in hand. They'll be 5 points behind Chelsea with 2 games in hand on them. If this result was to stick and West Brom were to win, goes back now to Chelsea in front of the back 4 is Zuma running into into midfield, finding Kovacic with a square ball. Kovacic trying to open things up out towards the right for James. James finding, I think that was Werner who was pushed over, but now West Brom try and counter. It was a fair challenge, said the referee. It's now out to the right for Robinson. Robinson playing it back to the left now from Diang on the edge of the penalty area. Are they going to go for a fifth? Diang shot straight at the defence. Azpilicueta blocked it. And Christensen can play it back now to Mendy to clear. Mendy, cool as you like, playing it off towards Zuma, and Chelsea can break down the left now. Here they come. Zuma carrying the ball. Alonso's ahead of him, so too is Werner. Kovacic tries to steam through with a bit of momentum. Kovacic, Kojlu knocked out for a Chelsea. Which has gone back into Zuma. Edge of the penalty area now with Kovacic. Simple ball to Azpilicueta joining the attack. Now wide right with James. Back into feet of Havertz. Intercepted though by Townsend in front of James. In fact, it was Pereira actually in front of James. Now Townsend clears. Does go out for a Chelsea throw. Midway inside the West Brom half with 3.5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. 3 minutes actually, with whatever's to be added on by referee David Coote. Short ball into Havertz's feet. They're trying to get themselves an angle to cross here, Chelsea. Havertz again. Square ball, edge of the penalty area to Zuma. West Brom got plenty back there. Zuma trying to pick the lock with a ball forward. Finds James, who heads it back inside. Knocked away by Maitland-Niles, and then Pereira tries to flick it on. Was he caught? Referee says no. Koslu should be first to it, but Kovacic has got there and nudged it forward. Then James gets in. There's a bit more appetite from Chelsea players now. Into the penalty area. Can Havertz get his shot away? He's trying to wriggle between defenders. Goes down in the box. Referee saw nothing wrong with the challenge. It's poked away again. But they're taking the time over the clearance. Actually, they get it away. Up towards Pereira, but coming in was a little bit static in front of him. Timo Werner can't get around the first would-be tackler. West Brom knock it away. Then there's a recovery foul by Alonso, which is spotted by the referee, and that is going to be a free kick. Maitland-Niles played a couple of really good challenges on Kai Havertz in the penalty area there, and I think Livermore's going to come on. David Livermore for West Brom in the final 5 minutes, 2 minutes plus stoppage time. It's for Phillips, who's had a good game actually. Hit the woodwork in the first half. He's worked really hard in front of Darnell Furlong on that right hand side. So David Livermore, the England international, is on for West Brom now. Johnson to take this free kick from outside the penalty area. Once the referee does, I think he's already blown up. Now Johnson sends it long, headed away by Zuma. Kojlu brings it down, punted forward again by West Brom. Zuma to deal with it once more, hits it high into the stands. Another West Brom throw. Chelsea know they're sealed now. They need to score 2 goals in stoppage time, mind you. West Brom into the lead, having trailed for about 15 minutes prior to that. So 2 goals in stoppage time isn't unknown. But again, it would just be for a draw for Chelsea. And they've almost lost it on the edge of their own penalty area again, playing a risky game of playing it out from the back. Down the left with Alonso, up towards Werner. West Brom defenders plenty back there. Mount manages to keep the ball under control. Plays it square to Kovacic, back to Mount, into the feet of Werner, goes down in the box, nothing doing. Referee has indicated 4 minutes of stoppage time as West Brom need to clear the lines here, and they do. On ball sent forward from Diang to chase. Christensen gets the header in, picked up though just behind him by Kojlu. Now back to Diang again. Chelsea trying to get back here. It's with Robinson. Looking for the short ball to Pereira, who chips goalkeeper and makes it 5-2. It was Robinson from Pereira's pass, second goal of the game for Callum Robinson, and it's all over now. Chelsea 2, West Brom 5. West West Brom have scored a fifth at Stamford Bridge in stoppage time to truly game off now. It's Chelsea 2, West Brom 5. A lovely finish on Robinson, his second of the game, as Chelsea couldn't defend. A counter-attack from West Brom again, and Bai Diang did brilliantly to hold the ball up and then set it out to the right-hand side for Pereira, whose lovely weighted ball through just found Robinson, who timed his run in behind the Blues defence before he lifted it over the advancing Edouard Mendy for West Brom's fifth. Yes, Chelsea 2, West Brom 5. Yeah, the commemorative DVD will be out any day now from the Baggies Club shop. Brilliant stuff from them. Very glum-looking Chelsea bench is picked up on the cameras. They had a chance to get it back to 4-3. Kurt Zuma skying the chance about 15 minutes ago. West Brom have fully deserved this victory today, 5-2, with about 2 minutes of stoppage time to play now. And on the edge of the penalty area, West Brom heading it away to Alonso. Havertz so poor in possession, Kozlov just takes it off him like candy from a baby and runs it away and wins the throw-in well. Mateus Pereira has won man of the match, by the way. And fair enough, I think he's got 2 goals and 2 assists. The fantasy points game week for him. Not who would have picked him though. Long throwing down the line. Chelsea head it away first through Christensen. Flick it on down the line towards Werner, but Jai can just jog and let this one go out of play for a throw-in. I think all the fight has gone out of Chelsea today. Next match at full time. Sam Allardyce, he'll be down to get to the next game though. And Chelsea's next game is, of course, Champions League. They play Porto in midweek, away at Porto, and West Brom, well, they are home to Southampton in their next Premier League game, which is 9 days away, would you believe? And they'll have earned their rest. What about it? West Brom will have really earned their rest. Put a lot into this game from the first whistle, high intensity, and they went for it at 2-1 up, didn't they, with the attacking substitution made by Allardyce. There goes the final whistle. It's all over at Stamford Bridge. It's finished Chelsea 2, West Brom 5. The Baggies now move to within 7 points of Newcastle in 17th, but they remain in 19th, of course. And Chelsea miss a great opportunity to solidify their top 4 claims. First defeat under Thomas Tuchel. It's finished Chelsea 2, West Brom 5.
Right, so guys, the game has been finished. Chelsea versus West Bromwich. It's over. And it's a massive defeat for Chelsea. Oh my god, I can't believe it that Chelsea have lost the game by 5-2. Yes, you guys have heard absolutely correct. It's 5-2 for West Bromwich, guys, in the game. Wow, what a play by West Brom. I never realized that they can play this much a better football. Okay, let me just tell you what exactly has happened. Let me just go through the game, guys. There is so many goals has happened today in the Stamford Bridge. So Chelsea, but after that West Brom back again champions. So the first goal was scored by the Christian Pulisic in the 27th minute, and the first goal was scored for West Brom, but that was by Pereira, and the second goal was scored by Pereira again in the 45th minute for West Brom, and third goal was scored by Callum Robinson from West Bromwich, and then the fourth goal was scored by Bai Diang. And the last and the final goal was scored in the 91st minute. That was by Callum Robinson. And the second goal was scored by Chelsea. That was by Mason Mount. I can't believe it that Chelsea have lost this game really badly. This one, they had an opportunity to stay at number 4, and this is how you can see the lineup was like this for Chelsea. This has not done well at the moment. Let me just tell you what exactly was the stats for the game. So stats like this. This is the stats. You can see the total shots was 18 from Chelsea, but they were only able to convert couple of out of them 18. And if we see West Bromwich, there was 14 shots was attempted, and they have been able to convert 5 goals. That's really impressive, isn't it? Shots on target, I was talking about this one. It's shots on target 8 for Chelsea and 7 for West Bromwich. Shots of target from Chelsea, there was 7 and 4 from West Bromwich. And if we see the next thing, that was big chances. There was 4 chances have been missed by Chelsea. If they would have been created and scored those 4 chances, this would have been an easy win for Chelsea. But no, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk about this game anymore. And there was a couple of big chances was missed by West Bromwich as well. Corners, there was 10 corners was given to Chelsea, but nothing. They were not able to do anything today. In the other side, West Bromwich has did really well. They got 3 corners and they converted almost 1 goal out of 3 corners. So this is the stats for this game. Let me know your predictions, guys, for the next game for Chelsea, because after this defeat, now they have lost this game. Now where they are standing, let me just tell you Chelsea where are they standing at the moment in the table with this loss. So Chelsea, wait a second. So with Chelsea losing this game, now they have 51 points in 30 games and they have won 14 games. And West Bromwich, they